categories there were when I started learning about this. And now I feel like I could teach a college course on the amount of categories there are in pornography.
Funny you should say this.
But the Germans have tested the limits.
Just the other night, I was watching porn. And you can tell I'm getting old.
Sure.
Because whatever I clicked on was a German film.
Oh, God.
So
you're so desensitized at this point, you're watching German stuff? That's terrible.
But here's how old I am, because my thought was, would it hurt to have subtitles? Because I want to know what they're saying.
What are you talking about?
I know what they're saying before they get into the action.
Yeah.
All I want to know is, why does she look, so happy? Why does he look upset?
Yeah.
Why do they switch moods? What is it they're cooking?
Why are they cooking?
Why are they
You know what I'm missing? Bush. And not a big steaming pile of bush that no one's taken any care of in a while. But obviously you gotta mow the lawn, but
right.
I miss a bush a little bit.
A little.
A
little hedge.
Mix it in every once in a while.
A little hedge wouldn't hurt.
Variety. It's the spice of life.
But you know what? But the point is that even if there is a little bit, I don't know whether they're talking about it or not, because I need subtitles.
You're a man who needs a story.
Whoever's out there, if any of our listeners make German porn, it wouldn't hurt to have a little subtitle.
We need a low T sponsor on this show, because he's looking for the goddamn subtitles.
Anyway,
I was only through 3 words in the story.
German Airline.
But there we go. A German airline has threatened pilots, their own employees, with 2 years in jail. Now, I don't know if airlines are allowed in Germany to be the judge and the jury, just sentence people.
I don't know. Ever since the war ended, I think it's just pretty much a crapshoot.
It's just a free-for-all.
Yeah.
Imagine that, though, if everybody just walked around like, hey, you're sentenced to 2 years in prison. Yeah, well, fuck you. 5 years for you.
That's right. And who are you? I just brought you here on the plane.
1.5 sentences in. And I'll start from the beginning. A German airline has threatened its own pilots with 2 years in jail if they secretly film stewardesses having sex on planes or pass the videos around. Holiday carrier Condor Airlines was forced into the move after bosses heard rumors that its pilots were passing around videos and pictures of stewardesses in sex acts with other staff on planes or other company sites. The images were both bartered like trophies between pilots on the airline, which is owned by British travel giant Thomas Cook. This behavior could lead to dismissal and a criminal offense if a flight is endangered of up to 2 years in prison, the firm warned on an internal website in June. So basically they looked up the laws on that, and then they're just internal memo. They're saying this is what, if we report you to the authorities, what you could get.
I have a couple questions. First of all, are the flight attendants, I assume they must be hot if they're German flight attendants?
Your assumption is ridiculous. Why would you think that they have to be hot?
Why would they not be hot?
Because you're imagining stewardesses in the 35 years ago fantasy realm.
Yeah, but
have you seen a stewardess lately?
Well, first of all, they're flight attendants. They're flight attendants.
Whatever, right, man.
And second
2
of all,
10 are hot.
It's European. They have standards. They're not hiring. They're not hiring Helga from the Kaiser Keller to come and waddle up and down the aisle.
They have standards,
throwing steins of beer at people.
They have standards?
They do.
Tell that to the guy I was with on the trip in Antigua who banged the British Airways stewardess. His name is me. Okay?
And was she hot?
No. No, that's not true. I hate talking like this. You sound like Billy Bush and Donald Trump. Her face was not so awesome.
All right.
But her body was awesome.
All right, well, there you go. See, but I'm just saying that.
I went down a road for a joke, but it also happens to be true, and now I feel weird.
And then you ended up sounding like a pig.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm assuming that the German airlines have standards. All right.
Okay.
All right. Second of all, do they make a habit of having sex all the time? These flight attendants. Because there must be a lot of videos out there.
It's sounding like there's enough videos to launch an internal memo.
Right. Yeah. And 3. Do they have subtitles to these videos? Because I will watch them in a second if there's a story.
Sure.
See, I'm the biggest pussy. As long as there's a story, then I get into it.
Yeah, sure. Oh, God. So we have learned of the following facts within the circle of pilots. There are obviously some colleagues secretly taking photos and or video recordings of the female colleagues who show the affected persons in clear sexual acts. So there's malfeasance for the sake of malfeasance here.
All right, here's what I'm doing. All right, the minute we finish today's podcast...
You're going to get me a dictionary?
Nope. No, I'm just going to pretend like you didn't try to throw a word at me.
I only said it. I have no idea. I only said...
You have no idea what the fuck malfeasance
Dwight says it. Dwight in the office says it when Jim's just talking to Pam all day.
Anyway...
I don't know. I learned everything I know from television.
Anyway,
I realize that. It's a sitcom.
This is what I'm doing when we're done with our podcast today. I'm flying to Germany. I'm enrolling in pilot school.
In what school?
In pilot school. I'm going to become a pilot.
Okay.
I'm going to get a high-paying job flying a German airline. And then I will get to the bottom of this video thing. First of all, I'll find out whether the flight attendants
You're
are
launching your own...
This is my own investigation.
You're going deep.
I'm going deep undercover.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have I'm going to show up the first day with a video camera and say, hey, who's on board?
Okay, all right.
But I'll say it in German.
Wow. You're doing a lot of work.
I'm learning the language.
This doesn't sound like you at all.
No, I'm learning the language. Well, I'm serious about this.
You're really stepping outside yourself.
No, because if I have to watch one more goddamn German porn...
Oh, my God.
without subtitles...
Subtitles.
then I will lose it.
I don't know you at all.
So this is my last podcast.
1, 2, 3.
Here's number 3.
All right, story 3. And that belongs to me.
Just like that? Because I'm ready. I could do one.
His name of me. No, it is you.
Yeah.
Florida, you said.
Yeah, we go back and forth.
Yeah, you got it.
We go back and forth. So this story's... Do you write anything down? This story's from...
I have it written down. It's written down in raw water.
This is Massachusetts, which is nowhere near Florida.
Oh.
All right.
Florida.
Anyway.
I think everything's Florida.
Yeah, I love Florida.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about Florida.
Florida sucks.
You know no, Florida's great. I love Florida.
Well, it's pretty.
It is pretty.
And it's warm.
Not as pretty as your mouth.
Oh, God. We're in an enclosed space. Can you not? We're alone. Locked in a garage.
Let's put it this way. I'm Irma and you're Florida.
Oh, that's rude.
I don't even know.
That is rude. That's rude.
Anyway, in Massachusetts, in Cron, in Massachusetts, no, KRON, that's the TV station.
You're fucking breaking my balls.
I thought it was the town.
In Cron. And you said it with such authority, too.
I thought it was Cron,
Cron, Massachusetts.
Which I thought was weird. I've never heard of Cron.
2 dead, 4 injured in Cron, Massachusetts.
Anyway, a man involved was in a police chase. He took an unexpected detour. He walked into a business to get away from the cops. While he was there, he applied for a job.
Nice. Well, listen, that's multitasking.
See, he's a go-getter.
Yeah.
He's a go-getter. Turns out that he had been stopped a while before, and he escaped and ran over a cop's foot.
Okay.
All right, so he was wanted for assault with a deadly weapon because that becomes the car, and assaulting a police officer. They found him again. They started chasing him because I guess he was still in the same car. He got out of the car, ran into
Wait a second.
What?
You sure this isn't the script for the next Adam Sandler movie? Because it sounds a lot like the next film he's coming to Netflix.
Right. And then he gets a job and falls in love with the sales associate.
Exactly.
And then pretends he's gay because the other employee is Kevin James. So,
all right.
Anyway, he walked in. The video shows him going up to the counter, all nonchalant, sort of leaning over and saying, "Hey, I'm wondering if you're hiring." He actually started filling out an application.
Great. Leave all the pertinent information that they need to find you.
Listen, we're going to need to see a resume. Oh, it's in my other pants. So anyway, the cops ran in and arrested him, and now he's in jail. But I believe that they are holding on to his application, and they will call him if anything opens up.
Fantastic. That's great. You know, I'm a terrible interviewer. Never had a good interview in my life. Never.
For any jobs?
Never. In fact, for the job I have now, I started out as an intern, but I had to interview for that.
Right.
And I was overdressed.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I interview great.
Really?
But then once I get the job, I fucking suck.
Fall off.
and at some point I get to talk. I don't know what happened. You seem so good at first.
Yeah. I'm the opposite.
Right.
I reek of desperation. But if you can get through that,
right.
You know, and the bullet sweating, and all of the
So
mumbling
here's what we'll
and
do.
stumbling.
If our careers don't work out, and by all implications they won't.
Right.
But
You
if our
interview, I
careers-
work.
Yeah, and then you show up on Monday. I interview, they hire me, you show up on Monday.
And we would get away with. I think I've never heard of that. Think about that.
That would be brilliant.
They'd be like, I feel like he looked different.
Yeah. And you're
But they wouldn't know
but
for
then,
sure.
But then you'll go, oh no, I was wearing a different suit.
Yeah,
That's all you say.
That's it.
Well, we're like Costanza. That's something Costanza would do.
That's a Costanza scheme. I'm surprised.
We just came up with a Seinfeld
Signed up for-
pilot.
all right,
If only the
relaunch.
show was still on
That's
the air.
all everybody does now. Relaunch.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be it. I interview and you work.
Although when they did that commercial, they did a reunion. Remember, it was
Right.
for a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, which was not funny
I
at all.
don't feel like they put any thought into it.
No, because they knew people would just tune in and be so excited to see them, they wouldn't really listen to the commercial.
I feel like the paycheck was so huge, and whoever set it up was like,
Yeah.
"You guys just have to show
yeah,
up."
because
and say
Jason
whatever you
Alexander probably still needs the money. Michael Richards
don't
definitely needs the money.
want. Well, Michael Richards does because
Yeah.
he got himself in trouble.
Yeah.
But we digress. Where the fuck were we?
Anyway, they arrested the guy, and whether he has a future career working in a wireless store or not is totally up to how his prison sentence goes.
There you go. Worst job you've ever had. Go.
Working in a steel mill.
Nice.
Yeah, it sucked.
That sucks.
Death all around.
That sucks.
Death and dirt and destruction, and it's gross and it's terrible.
People hear that I worked for a funeral home since I was a young man, and they think that was my worst job. You'd be wrong.
Yeah. What was that?
Funeral homes are actually pretty funny. Everybody's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
My uncle owns a funeral home, so I've worked there before he owned it when he was an employee there and I was a kid. It's fun.
Now, steel mills, if you work the overnights, there's rats crawling all over you, and
That's like
it's terrible. It's terrible.
I worked the golf ball picker-upper machine.
Oh,
With the steel cage
that
around
seems
it?
like that'd be fun.
At a driving range.
That'd be fun.
Everyone aims at you.
Yeah, of
And
course.
the noise when that ball
I bet
moving
it scares the crap
160
out of
miles
you,
an
huh?
hour.
I bet it's loud.
Yeah, and what you have to do, because they're all drilling you, is you wear headphones. And this is back in the day before Beats headphones and
Right.
fucking earbuds. I had giant fucking headphones on. I looked like one of those guys out
Did you
there
have a big
directing the
afro?
planes. And I had a Walkman, so I got to rewind to my favorite song, Hysteria.
Now, how many times a day did you have to go out and pick up the balls?
Like 4.
Yeah?
But there was other responsibilities that
Yeah.
were actually worse than that. But I'd have to put on my giant headphones and my Walkman, and then they drill you, and you'd see most of it coming,
Right.
you know, because you'd be looking for it. It's the one where you could get caught sleeping, and that thing hits the cage at 160 miles an hour. Son of a bitch!
Do they ever? They'd never make it through the cage, though. You don't ever get hit by a ball.
No, thankfully, I'd be
All right, that's good.
right.
That's
I
good.
don't. Wouldn't that kill you if it hit you in the
I
temple?
would think.
Right? I don't
would
know what
think.
kills people. That's why I don't do stuff. I'm like, I don't know if that kills you. I went zip line a couple months ago. I'm
Nah,
like, I'm dying.
There's a chances of death. Zip line.
Here's number 4.
What do we have? Mia. Oh, speaking of motorized vehicles, we got a mayor of, this is out of South Carolina, Aner.
Where?
Aner, South Carolina.
Is that in the back of the state?
Hey, George, how's your Aner? The mayor of Aner was stopped by Horry County, Horry, I believe it's pronounced Horry, I'm sorry, Horry County Police last month while riding a lawnmower down the road, apparently with an open can of beer. An Horry County police official confirmed the mayor was not cited or charged and said that their officer's response will be a training opportunity for the agency. First of all, I don't think it should be illegal to drive a lawnmower while intoxicated. I think that's why they were made.
Exactly, and also they're not really going unless you actually run over somebody.
Right.
You're not going fast enough to
How
hurt
are you
anybody.
going to run over somebody? It has to be someone with no legs.
Absolutely, or someone who's not paying attention.
For what, 20 minutes? You can see it coming from miles away, and you have tons of time.
Maybe they're sleeping. Maybe they're laying outside and passed out.
Okay, that's the only way.
Right.
Are we fair on that? Is that clear?
Yeah.
It's the only way.
So we're saying is yes.
And you don't hear.
Yeah. We're saying yes. You could get run over by a lawnmower.
Possible.
But there's got to be really major circumstances beyond your control.
I don't know if they're beyond your control. If you're so asleep that you get run over by a lawnmower, you are seriously high on something. Like really, really high. If the engine doesn't wake you up. But anyway, what was I saying?
Again, we digress.
It should be legal to get drunk and drive a lawnmower. What are we allowed to get drunk and drive? Nothing. You can't ride a bike. That's illegal. You get DUI for riding a bike. You know that?
I didn't know that. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
But why was the lawnmower invented?
To cut
so
grass?
you wouldn't have to get